I'm going to take a walk back out to where the guys are working, and I wanted to document this. The guys that are working back there are the same guys that did all this work here. Sorry about the fast movement. They did all of this work here, and what they do, let me go over to the wall and show you. What they do is they completely disassemble the wall down to the ground or to the largest big rocks on the bottom, which are the foundational rocks. This wall in Yucatan is called an albarada, and the guys that do this work are specialists. And of course there's a lot of people that will do it, but to do this it takes, you can work yourself to death if you don't know what you're doing. So anyway, we're going to walk back to where they're working, and hope it's easier to see. I hope you can see what I'm seeing with my eyes, and I'll find out. So what's happened over the years is all of this trash has been stacked up against the wall. It's called escombro. And all of the escombro just gets piled up over here, especially considering all the work that was done on this house in building the room addition and all the work we did. They need some big rocks, as you can see here. These rocks are anywhere from 24 to 30 inches across and 3 to 4 feet in diameter. That big rock right there probably weighs 300 pounds. Most of these, maybe even 400. They're incredibly heavy. And some of these big rocks were the planter around the roots of this mango that I had my gardener build to try to save this mango tree. And I think we're going to put it back with cinder blocks. And we're going to fill it with some more good dirt and see if we can help this thing along. We just keep getting more and more branches dying. But anyway, you can see this green tile here is what came out of the house before we put the cement floors down, and it was a mess. It was really ugly, and so we had it pulled up, and eventually we're planning on putting nice tile down. So whoever did this, they didn't do a terrible job, but we walk over here and see what he's done so far. Está bien que estás en mi video. Okay. Okay, bueno. Mi esposa dice que siempre necesito preguntar para permisión.
Bueno.
Bueno.
Está bien.
Bueno. Estoy enseñando a esta gente qué bonita está su trabajo en comparación de este viejo. You can really see that there is a kind of order to this, and I mean it looks like it was stacked on purpose for stability, and I mean, can you imagine how strong these guys are? Of course, the reason I showed you all of the trash piled up against the wall is because for them to start this, and in order to be able to redo the wall, what he does, he completely disassembles the wall all the way down, sometimes to the very ground itself, if the rocks aren't stable or if they're sticking out a lot. So that rock right there, let me point to it. That rock right there, is actually sticking out almost a foot beyond the profile of the rest of the wall. So what he'll do is he'll turn that rock so that it's more flat, and like that rock. And once he gets the wall done, they do something called entreñar, which means that they take these small rocks that are laying around and they'll stuff them in the cracks. You can see there that some of that has been done right in that area, and that stabilizes those bigger rocks. And I'm almost embarrassed to be standing out here watching while they're working so hard, but anyway, I wouldn't be any help. Maybe 30 years ago I might have been some help, but Sakura, ¿cuántos años tiene?
54.
54. ¿Y usted, mi amigo?
41.
41.
Sí.
Okay, so the boss is 54 and the other guy is 41. So that's, like I said, 30 years ago, I could have probably done this. And I was working full time and carrying heavy loads and stuff, so I was a lot stronger myself. Like I said, I'm a little embarrassed that I can't do this anymore, but that's sometimes what happens with age. So what I'll do is I'll stop the video, and then when I get ready to post it, I'll splice it together. But this whole wall here is going to come down all the way up to about halfway, and the neighbor next door is going to do the other half. While I'm back here, I'll just go ahead and video. There's some interesting structure over there. I have no idea what that is. It looks like it might have been a giant oven. I'll ask. It will be interesting to see if and how we can do all this around the mango. This is a mango tree. I'm not sure I said that back in a minute ago, but this tree was taken down by Gilberto when it came through, probably weakened by Isidoro because that was a big hurricane. And the tree fell down, and within 2 years, the thing had completely sprouted back out again, and you can see even now it's flowering. This is the time of the year when it's putting on new mangoes, and June these will all be ripe. This is the big mango tree. I mean, it makes big mangoes. And the other mango trees that I have, like this one here, produces the Atolfo mango, the yellow ones that we're so familiar with in the United States. So that's what's going on. I guess I repeat myself a lot in successive videos. A lot of this I just record for my own information so that I can look back. It's kind of a documentary for me, so I can see all the work that's been done. And I think I mentioned that we planted these coconut trees about 4 years ago from a coconut. We went down to the beach and we found a dozen coconuts that had fallen on the ground. And actually my gardener told me that these trees, this one, that one, and that fourth one were all planted at that same time. And of course, those are all bearing coconuts right now. What I did not realize, I thought that some of these other trees were planted at the same time, and I was wondering, I'll give you a shot here of what I'm talking about, those trees right there. I thought all of them were planted at the same time. There's a row of them against that back fence. And but I was talking to Huero the other day, and Huero said that those coconuts were only planted a year or two ago. So it'll be interesting to document what they will do in the next 2 years. So we'll see. I know almost everybody probably knows how coconuts grow, but it's really crazy that green sticky, all those sticks, is actually the flower stems that they came out on. It produces a bunch of flowers, and of course the flowers get pollinated, and then the next thing you know, coconuts start growing. And so I'm going to go ahead and shut this thing down now. This is kind of what we're looking for when we're all done. And that'll do it for now.